Hey beautiful people, welcome back to another vinyasa practice. This class is going to be a little bit slower but a bit funky. We're including quite a lot of deep twists here because we're working up into our Pasasana pose, which is our Noose Pose. And we haven't done this pose together before, but it requires quite a bit of deep twisting as well as opening through the shoulders. So it's going to be quite fun. Let's come down onto our backs into a Shavasana. So lay yourself down. We're not going to be here for too long, but just feel that full connection of body to the earth. How often do we just intentionally lie down and connect? I mean, often we lie down to go to sleep. I don't know, you might be a standing sleeper. Who knows? I'm not judging you. But most of us lie down. But when we do that, it's generally a bit of a passive action. Whereas right now, can you make this intentional? Can you start to bring awareness to the breath? Bring awareness to the energy of your body today. And also just bring some awareness to how the heart space, how the spirit is feeling. Can you provide an entry point for whatever you may be experiencing right now to be accessible? Finding honesty, authenticity within ourselves, being vulnerable, breaking down those doors of holding ourselves, perhaps out of fear, and just letting what is, just be. In our Pasasana, our Noose Pose, our Pasasana, our Noose Pose, it tends to be a pose that signifies constriction, discipline, commitment. And sometimes we can think about that as locking in our freedom or locking in our ability to do other things. But what yoga teaches us, and the consistency of turning up to that mat even when you do or don't want to, it shows us that even when we turn up out of discipline, we create so much space, so much freedom in pockets that we didn't even know may have existed. So that's kind of just training your mind that, pleasure isn't always the answer. And sometimes we need to turn up even when we don't want to turn up. Let's take about maybe 3 to 5 breaths here. Before we start our asana practice, just setting in our focus, perhaps even setting in an intention if that feels right for you. When you feel ready, start to bend the knees and lift them up over your hips. We're going to take our right hand and clasp, maybe you lift up the shoulders to do this, clasp the left ankle, now start to pull the left knee down so it's making a line with the body. Left hand comes around the right thigh, take a big breath in. As you exhale, see if you can twist the right thigh over towards the left. So you're finding a deep twist through the spine, or also finding a little bit of a quad stretch through the left body, side body. If you can't quite meet your right hand on the foot, that's totally okay. Just bend the lefty. Let's try one more breath here. Big breath in through the nose, fill up through the ribs as much as you can in a twist. Exhale, can you press that knee down just a little bit deeper while keeping the right shoulder on the ground. Keep the left knee exactly where it is. Release the right hand, but start to turn the shoulders onto the ground. Right hand comes around the outsides of the right ankle, or maybe the right foot or the thigh. Half happy baby. So you're pulling the right knee down with the hand. Keep the left knee pressing out, so we're also opening through the adductors of the left leg. One more big breath in here. Exhale, can you deepen, pull the hand down a little bit more. And then swap it out. So let's draw both knees up into the chest. Take the left hand around the right thigh. Keep the right foot close as you draw the right knee down. Inhale, take the right hand around the left thigh. Exhale, twist the left knee over towards the right. Big breath in. Exhale, could you drop in a little bit deeper? Keep the right foot and knee exactly where it is, but start to rotate the body back towards the sky. Left hand might come around the outside of the left foot. Big breath in. Exhale, can you pull on the hand, either on the ankle, the foot, maybe the thigh. Imagine like you're trying to press the left foot up towards the sky as well. Big breath in. Fill up the lower parts of our thoracic cavity, and then exhale, deepen. Let's draw both of the knees into the chest. See if you can have your hands around the shins. Maybe you pull the nose up towards the knees. Maybe you take the hands around so they clasp opposite wrists, maybe opposite elbows. Find that deep hip flexion and compression. One final breath in. Exhale, take the hands behind the back and just start rolling yourself up towards a seated position. Just up and down a couple of times. 2 more times. Use your breath. So inhaling to roll back. Exhale to roll up. Or if you would like to do it the other way, feel free to. When you're ready, we're going to come up. Left knee tucks in. Right foot comes out in front. Big breath in, try lift up tall through the spine. As we exhale, can you start to walk yourself onto the inside of the right thigh? So we're finding a Marichyasana variation. If you can get that right shoulder in front of the right shin, see if you can take the right hand behind, the fingertips behind to the right side of the mat. If that feels okay, maybe you take the hands behind and bind them together. Big breath in through the nose, lift up tall. Exhale, can you pull yourself forward a little bit more? 2 more breaths like that. So starting to open the shoulders here, bringing some deep hip compression into that front leg. Release the hands, slide the left knee back slightly, so find a 90-degree angle lunge. Can you breathe and lift the left hand high? As you exhale, can you find a side bend here? Draw the tailbone down slightly, ribs in, maybe the right hand comes up and onto the thigh, or it can come towards the side. 2 more breaths. So you might feel this down the left hip flexor. We're going to be doing a lot of compression today, so this is a really nice way just to open and bring some length. Can you start to tuck onto the left toes, lift the back knee off the ground, land the back heel down. on a 45-degree angle. Hands come behind the back. You might clasp opposite elbows. If you feel open within the shoulders, you might find reverse prayer here. Take a big breath in, tall. Spread the right toes wide. As you exhale, can you start to deepen over your front foot into your Pajvottanasana? Sorry, your Pajvottanasana. Pajvottanasana being intense angle pose. Sorry, intense side pose. At any point, you can release the hands down towards the ground. Keep the tuck of the chin here. Can you draw the right hip back, left hip forward, press the elbows high. Big breath in through the nose. Exhale. Start to lift yourself up again. Take that left foot back a little bit, bring the hands towards the heart center. You're on your left toes here. Breathe in, lift tall. As you exhale, we'll find prayer through the front. Hook the left elbow over the right thigh, and then twist yourself towards the right side. Find your balance. Maybe you lift the eye gaze here. Finding a deep stretch through maybe the left shoulder. Can you start to turn the eye gaze down towards the ground? Big breath in here. As you exhale, start to shift the weight forward slowly. Meet the left foot next to the right. Twisted Utkatasana, Parivrita Utkatasana. Draw the left hip back. One more breath here. Can you press firmly through the hands? Draw the right shoulder back. Start to find your way back through center. Keep low in the legs. Hands come through heart center. Utkatasana. Find a neutral spine. Maybe a little draw in the ribs or a slight tuck of the tailbone here. Shoulders back. Big breath in. As you exhale, see if you can start to reach the hands forward. Lower the hips down to find a narrow squat. Knees might come wide. Now, this is a pretty challenging asana to be in. So at any point, you can just have the heels off the ground. Take a big breath in here. Exhale, can you land the heels if they're off? Find your way back to Utkatasana. Squeeze the inner legs together. Inhale here. Exhale, descend. Inhale here. Exhale, lift off. Squeeze the legs. Last time. Inhale. Exhale. Ooh. Inhale. Exhale. You'll see why we're doing that when we come to our peak pose. Inhale, sweep the arms up and over the head, open through the heart space, maybe baby back bend. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. If you're onto the side of the mat, just walk yourself forward a bit. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Exhale, hands come to the ground, step back into your plank. Knees might come down, Chaturanga. Inhale, baby Bhujangasana, lift up tall. Exhale, roll yourself down. We're going to take the hands out wide here. Bend the right knee, big breath in. As you exhale, can you press through the right hand slightly as you take the right foot towards the left hand? Finding a little bit of a twist here. Come back through center, big breath in. Exhale, left hand goes towards, left foot goes to the right hand. Come back through center, inhale. Exhale, press up onto your knees, tuck onto the toes, lift the hips up and back, Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Soften the knees here slightly, but press the heels down, lift the hips high. Finding space, finding expansiveness with the breath. Take one more deep breath in. Exhale, find focus. And then when you're ready, bring the knees down. We're going to find that Marichyasana variation again. This time our left knee starts to bend. Breathe in, lift tall. Exhale, walk yourself in the front of or the inside of the left leg. Okay, you can stay here or you could take the left fingertips around. Maybe you stay here. Maybe you find the bind, taking the right hand to meet towards the left. Now we are going to be doing a couple of binds here today. I have a pair of leggings with me that at any point, if I can't quite meet the hands together, then I'll use that to meet. So if you have something like that nearby or like a towel, then please feel free to bring that into your practice. Take a big breath in. Exhale, can you pull the heart space forward a little bit more? Hands come down, maybe you slide the left foot forward or the right knee back. So you find that 90-90 lunge again. Inhale, sweep the right hand high. Exhale, side bend. So we're not pressing the hips too forward here. We're tucking the tailbone under, finding engagement through the glutes. One more big breath. When you're ready, we're going to tuck onto the right toes, lift the right knee off, lengthen both legs, place the right heel down. Hands come behind, either clasping opposite elbows or finding reverse prayer. Breathe in, try press the whole of the palm together. Exhale, fold over your front leg. This is a really great balance challenge as well. Try and make the spine pretty long here. Draw the right hip forward, left hip back. Can you press the space of the thumb and that side of the palm down? Lift the elbows high. One more breath. Start to roll yourself up. Big breath in. Take the right foot back slightly, come onto your toes, hands at heart center. Exhale, take the right elbow over the left thigh. Twist towards the left. How much can you lift out of your shoulders here, out of your leg? Breathe in, start to look towards the ground. Exhale, start to shift the weight forward, press through the right toes to meet the right foot next to the left. Utkatasana. Maybe you lift the eye gaze again, but keep the right hip pressing back. One more breath. Can you pull the shoulders away from the ears? Start to lift the chest, find your full Utkatasana. Squeeze the inner legs together. We're going to try those Malasana transitions. Breathe in. Exhale, descend the hips, maybe the knees go out, hands might come forward to counterbalance. Inhale. And then exhale, lift yourself up again. Keep the hips pressing back. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. It's okay if the heels come off. Exhale. Last time, inhale, squeeze the legs together. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Woo. Inhale, lift the arms. Urdhva Hastasana, upward facing hands. Exhale, fold forward. Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, hands down. Chaturanga, elbows bent and close. Come down to the belly, untuck toes. Inhale, baby Bhujangasana, press through the hands, tuck the elbows in. Exhale, come down, hands come wide. Inhale, bend the right knee. Exhale, start to rotate the right foot towards the left hand. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, left knee bends. Inhale. Exhale, see if you can rotate, take the left foot towards the right hand this time. Inhale. Exhale, come back through center. Inhale, press up onto the knees, tuck the toes. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. We've got our second kind of flow for the sequence. We're going to practice some more seated postures here, but still really deep twists. Can you bring your left hand towards your right foot? Maybe not the right foot, maybe the right ankle, maybe the right shin. Breathe in. As you exhale, can you try twist the heart space in between that gap towards the right side of the mat? Another breath in. As you exhale, can you start to roll forward, keep the hand connected to the leg. As you pick it up, transition it forward and place it in the middle of your mat. Slide the left knee down, keep the left hand coming towards the outer edge of the right foot. Breathe in, lift tall. As you exhale, can you press the right foot off to the left. Maybe you extend the right hand back a little bit more. So the right knee might be bent here, or it might be further out. Maybe look over the right shoulder. One more breath. Lift up tall. Exhale, can you expand the space between both hands? We're going to slide that right foot so it's over the left thigh. If you feel both of your sit bones coming off here, extend the left leg out long. We're going to find a twist. Inhale, lift tall. Exhale, can you twist towards the right again? I'm going to offer a bind here. Okay, again, you can use a towel or something to hold on in between if you don't quite meet. So what you can do is take the left hand in the key lock of that right leg. Now you want to inhale and lift tall. Exhale, maybe the right hand comes behind. And once you have the bind, can you pull away from it? So you're pressing the left forearm into the shin. You're twisting the heart space as far towards the right as you can. One more breath here. Start to unwind, breathe in, turn towards the left, exhale, place your fingertips towards the side, lean the chest over, little counter twist. Okay, turn towards the right again, this time expand both of your legs out wide. So we're coming into an Upavista Konasana. Just for a moment, inhale, lift tall. Exhale, maybe you walk forward, knees are high, toes are high, knees might be bent or they might be longer. Just for a little counter pose. One more breath. And then when you're ready, just start to walk yourself up. We're actually going to pivot towards the back of the mat. Now this is where you might find a strap or a pair of leggings useful. Bring your feet out in front of you, hips go down. Now we're going to try rock up into that malasana, that narrow squat again. You can use a bit of momentum to help you. I'm on a bit of a slope, so that definitely helps. Okay, I'm going to show you what we'll be doing now. We're coming into our Pasasana, which is our Noose Pose. So, in the full expression of this pose, the heels are down, the knees are hugging towards each other. We find a twist towards the right, just watch for the moment, and then you find the full bind. Now, I can't quite do that, so I'm absolutely going to offer modifications. First modification, you can come into a toe stand. Okay, but if you want to try and work towards bringing your heels down, but they're not quite there, roll up a towel, or if this is just a jumper, and then try slide it underneath your feet. Okay, that gives you a bit more support and that grounding action. Then we'll all twist to the right to begin with. You want to try lift up and then over. Okay, keep the knees pressing in. Try hook that left elbow over the thigh, and maybe you just extend the left fingertips down, maybe the right hand high. If you wanted to start binding, you might start by taking the right hip as far behind that left, behind your back towards the left hip as possible. And then by trying to twist your chest towards the right, the left hand might come behind and they probably won't meet. Okay, so this is where something long can help you here. So hold it in your right hand and then see if you can pull, and how you can work your way up is just wiggling your hands a little bit more. Once you find a hold, can you breathe and lift tall? Exhale, see if you can twist the chest open towards the right. Right shoulder pulls back. A tip that might help is engaging through the Uddiyana Bandha, which is our abdominal lock. Feels like the lower belly lifting up, engaging their lower abdominals. One more breath. Let's release. Whew. A lot of restriction, constriction in that. Let's find a vinyasa all the way back into an Ardha Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Take your time. So again, just finding that constriction of this pose, which requires discipline, it requires commitment. Whew. We're going to try that on the other side. So when you're ready, take the right hand towards maybe the left heel, left shin, maybe higher, big breath in. Exhale, can you twist the heart space over towards the left? Breathe in. As you exhale, look forward, keep the hands connected towards the leg as you pick it up as much as you can, and then step it towards the front of the mat. Lower the right knee down, tuck it in, sit back. Left hand comes around the outside of the left foot. Big breath in, lift tall. Exhale, can you press that foot away? So you're twisting towards the left here. Find length through the spine. Find the activeness of breath. And then when you're ready, bring the left heel down towards the outside of the right thigh. Again, both sit bones on the ground. If that's not working for you today, extend the right leg out long. Inhale, lift tall. Exhale, twist into your Ardha Matsyendrasana. So again, you can completely go into any variation that feels good. If you want to try to bind, right hand can come underneath into the key lock, left hand can come behind. So trying to find a deep internal rotation of that right shoulder joint, which is going to help us with the bind in our peep pose. 2 more breaths. On all of these binds, these buddhas, a Sanskrit word, they enforce an energy lock and an energy circle. So no energy is lost. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, just a gentle twist towards the right, drop the chest down slightly. Come through center, extend the feet wide again. Heels come out. Big breath in. Exhale, fold forward. Just for a moment. You can absolutely stay here if you want to try a little bit of a side bend. You can walk towards your left foot, breathe in, sweep your right hand high, and then exhale to side bend. And then maybe you try that on the other side. So breathing in, lifting tall. Exhale, other side. Keeping that left hip down. When you're ready, swing that right foot in front. Bring both feet out in front of you. This is going to be harder for me because now I'm on a slope. Okay, we're going to try rock up into that narrow squat. Ooh. Oh. Takes a bit of momentum sometimes, and sometimes the help of the hand. Okay. I'm just gonna use my hands. No shame in that. We're gonna try find our twist to the other side. So just get your things ready as you need. Start by bringing the toes together, heels together, knees together. Again, you can use your towel or whatever thing you have to bring underneath your heels if you need it or if you want it. Okay, breathe in, lift tall. Exhale, maybe you start by hooking the right elbow over, maybe extending the right hand down, left hand high. Okay, maybe you stay here. Maybe you focus on bringing the left hand behind first. And then, maybe with the help of whatever piece of fabric that you've got, you can grab it, find some tension, and then use it as a way to pull that left shoulder back. Keep trying to lift up through the lower belly, drawing the belly button in. That's going to create a bit more space for you. Let's try about 3 more breaths here. Ooh. Come back through center. Take the other things away. Hands come down. Find your way back into a downward facing dog. Bring the knees towards the ground. Send your hip bones over your heels and just take a moment to let the flow of energy be recognized, perhaps. Maybe you can feel that. Physically, on a physical level, when we go into a deep twist like that, you've got decompression of the organs. And what that does is it means that when you release, it gets everything moving, more blood flow, more oxygen into those organs. On an energetic level, twist can be very introspective. It requires discipline, it requires courage. But again, that energetic release once you come out is just so freeing and delicious. We've just got a couple of asanas to wind us down, not too many, and then we'll head onto our backs. Just when you're ready, lift up onto your knees. We'll find a counter pose for that deep hip compression in our Ustrasana, our camel pose. Maybe the hands come behind the back, maybe fingers down and then thumbs out, or if there's another way that I would encourage you just to play with the hands, see what feels good for you. Breathe in, lift up tall, find that ascension through the spine. Exhale, press the hips forward slightly, draw the legs energetically towards each other as you start to open through the front of the hips and the heart space. And then if it feels good, feel free to go lower. Maybe one hand comes to the heel. But really try to think about engaging through the back body to lift you and open through the front. One more breath. When you're ready, just coming down to the ground, cross over the legs, send the feet forward, breathe in, lift up tall, find length through the spine, exhale, walk forward into your Paschimottanasana. So another deep hip compression, moment of going inwards. Try to relax the neck here. And if you feel like you have space, you could almost look up into yourself, like you're trying to look for your belly button. If you just took that sentence out of context, I think that could sound pretty weird. One more breath. Lift up tall, breathe in, roll down onto your back. Maybe you find a happy baby if that feels good, taking the feet wide, full happy baby, finding that full circle. Again, we're finding that full energy circle, that bind with the feet and the hands. No energy is lost in this life, only energy moved. The law of physics. If there are any asanas that you'd like to finish your practice with, then please feel free to find those for you. Otherwise, bring the soles of the feet together, maybe take the knees wide into a Baddha Konasana, Supta Baddha Konasana. Reclined, bound, angle pose. We'll just be here for a couple of minutes. And try to relax the face here, relaxing the jaw, the eyebrows. Try to connect with the flow of the breath. I would highly encourage you to stay here for longer if you had time. If you want to transition out with me, just start to move ever so gently, wiggling the toes, wiggling the fingers, hugging the knees into the chest if that feels good. Let's find a way up into a seat. Finding a cross of the legs if they have landed there. Maybe hands to heart or hands somewhere else. I thank you so much for practicing with me today. I hope you learned something maybe about yourself or about the practice. I would love to know how you found this class. If you enjoyed it, if there's anything else you would like to see, just let me know. I hope to see you guys again soon. It's really been amazing to be here. From me to you, namaste.